turn. It's your time. You've blessed everybody else. You've set everybody else for success. You've compromised you for them, and look where you are. It's time for you. And don't you know that the best thing you could do for them is to be the best version of you? Don't you understand that you're not helping them by not being the best version of you? The only way you're really gonna bless them is to be the best you can be. Some of you have a problem, like you the old standard car, right? The new cars are automatic. They got an automatic starter. You just hit the button, like you don't even do the key no more. You just push the button and it starts on its own. Unfortunately, we weren't made just to start on our own. You gotta find your why, and your why is what's gonna start you. And so for a lot of you, you're not doing nothing because you don't have any purpose right now. You don't have a sense of purpose. You're not waking up for nobody. And I need you to get that engine. I need that drive, because you know what to do. You're the right person to do it, but you just can't seem to get out of bed. You can't seem to do what you're supposed to do. Every time you come up against a trial or a tribulation, you let it stop you. Like you don't have. The problem with most of you, you're a four-cylinder. And when you hit trials and tribulations, you can't make it up the hill. I want to help you as I leave, because people look at me and go, E, man, you passionate, you got going on. No, you listen to me very closely. The reason why you got to be the best in the world, because they treat you differently when you're not. The reason why you have to be your best version, because if you're not your best version, they treat you differently. When you're not your best version and you're not multiplying and having dominion, you got different kind of health care. Look, my wife, okay, so we go to the hospital. I know something wrong because we sit in the room and it takes 40 minutes for them to come in. So I'm like, okay, usually it take a long time because they're trying to think of, like, how are we gonna break the news to you? So they cut the lights off. You got a screen like this. They show her brain, the image of her brain, and they take the little laser boy and put it up on the, and when I look at it, you see like 7 little spots on her brain. So I ain't no doctor. I told you I got a GED. I ain't brilliant, but I ain't dumb. I know those spots ain't supposed to be there. And so I'm talking to the doctor, and she, they going roundabout. I'm like, look, man, just, what I'm saying, just keep it 100. What is this? She's like, well, we don't know if it's cancerous, but we believe that it's MS, it's multiple sclerosis. And I was like, all right, what is that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is. I'm like, what is it? Is she gonna die? That's the first thing. It real, like, you don't know. Like, that's the first thing. I'm like, is she gonna die? It was like, no, it's chronic. She gonna live with it forever. I'm like, what? Well, see, it's here, but if it get on her spine, and she's not gonna be able to walk, she could possibly not see. Like, we going over all the hookup. I'm like, all right, bet. We leave the hospital. My wife is looking at me in the hospital. My girl don't cry. The doctor asked her, like, yo, you straight? My wife, she don't move. The doctor's like, okay, good. Now, you're gonna have to take off work for about 3 or 4 months because we're gonna have to do some testing. And my girl a tear drop. The doctor was like, whoa, I just told you you had MS, you didn't cry. I just told you have to take off work. You crying. You didn't have insurance? She's like, yeah, we got insurance. But my wife's job is like her identity. So we get home, we sit down and talk. I call Moni, like, she got MS, Moni. I know about MS because her best friend in college got it, and she in the wheelchair, came one of her arms, she has a little slurred. So I'm like, all right, it's showtime. My wife ain't there yet, so let me find out what to do. I started doing all my homework. Homework says the only thing that they know causes is stress. So I might have been like the number 10 motivational speaker at that time. Number 5, your boy going to hyperdrive. I started studying, my wife going to work again. She coming home stressed out. I'm like, oh, that's not gonna work. You're gonna have to quit. And she's like, well, I don't mind quitting, but do you got enough money? Like, you got enough money for me to quit? I'm like, I got enough money. She's like, no, I'm not talking about for the year or 2. I'm talking about for the next 30 years. I went from the number 10, number 5 to the number 1 motivational speaker in the world. No, you're not hearing what I'm saying. I started getting on stage and realizing, like, yo, people's like, yo, E, why you what? You just went to a whole other level. I'm not speaking no more to entertain. I'm not speaking to help people. I'm speaking so my girl never have to go back to work again. I'm speaking so that the MS don't kill her. I got a different drive. I got a different why. I got to make this $1.8 million so my girl can quit for the rest of her life. I'm taking all gigs. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And the problem with some of you in this room, you don't have no drive. You ain't got nothing pushing you. You ain't got no reason for waking up in the morning. You ain't got no reason for pushing past that pain. You have no reason. You better find one before you get out of here today. I gotta get it to San Diego. I could take some shortcuts, but you don't take shortcuts for the person who was there with you when you were homeless. You don't take shortcuts to the person that was hiding you in their mama's house and feeding you in the winter months because she didn't want you out in the cold. You don't take shortcuts for the person that made you go to college. You don't take shortcuts for the person that was able to get the first house in her name because your credit was shot. You don't take the shortcut with somebody that had your 2 kids and was on the hospital bed, could have died having your baby. You don't take a shortcut for people you love. You rise to the level and do what you gotta do. You better go inside. You still looking outside for the stuff that's already inside. You still looking for someone to save you when you already your superhero. You looking for some information from somebody when you already got what you need in your head. It's just time for you to get up and be the best version of you. I can means I have the ability to do it. I got what it takes. I have the ability to do it. I got what it takes to get a PhD. No, I'm not. Academically, I'm not there. I am average skilled, but I'm phenomenally willed. I got what it takes. I got average skill, but I got phenomenal will. I can. I have the ability to do it. I will. Somebody count on me. I will. I have the willpower to make it happen. I must. My wife needs me. I must. My son needs me. I must. My daughter needs me. I didn't do what my father did and drop out, and then I dropped out. I didn't do what my grandfather did, drop out, and then I dropped out. I will make a way for my kids. Guess what? They don't even know what FAFSA is. They don't know what a loan is. Why? Because I put $200,000 aside cash for both of them to pay for them to go to school. I must. It's not an option. And the reason why some of you are not where you're supposed to be, you've given yourself an option. You've given yourself an out. You've given yourself an excuse. You've given yourself room not to do it. I want you to think about that loved one. I must. I will not leave them to do it themselves. I must. I will not leave them handicapped. I must. I will not leave my wife in a wheelchair. Not on my watch. She will not get in the wheelchair. She will not lose her sight on my watch. She will not be able to walk. Not on my watch. You will go to Cali. You will live in that house. You will get a pool. You will learn how to swim. You will be in the sun in the wintertime. You will live your best life. I'm not on my watch. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself of some stuff that has happened on your watch. You have allowed some stuff to happen on your watch that should have never happened on your watch. You must be your best version. You must be your best version. Because somebody is counting on you.